Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Victory 4x4 KDSS skid plate, which has recently been a problem. But they just sent me, that is Victory 4x4 just sent me a new redesigned KDSS skid plate. And at first glance it appears to be better, and I'm hoping it will be, but let's just quickly go over what the issue is. First and foremost, this is the stock KDSS bracket here on your Lexus GX460, and it covers the bottom of the KDSS lines as well as the top. So it kind of comes up a little bit, as you can see there. So this would be the bottom where my thumb is. You know, in other words, this is facing the ground. This is facing the side, and it kind of curls up and covers the lines. If you know KDSS lines, you'll see this in your car, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But this protects the KDSS hydraulic lines. It's two hydraulic lines. Now, when Victory 4x4 came out with their rock sliders, the Blitz rock sliders, they sent me and everybody a defective KDSS skid. There's two major problems with this skid that they sent me. And again, this everybody gets. It's not obviously not just me, but it misses the frame by about an inch up here, which is bad, obviously. And in addition to that, there is a further issue with it covering the bottom of the KDSS lines, but not the top. So in other words, again, my thumb here is the bottom, but up here where the KDSS lines do a 90-degree angle, they're not protected. And we did email Victory asking them to correct this design, and the response was dubious. So we asked for them to resend this piece and make sure it hits the frame, because remember, this part here where my finger is, that was missing the frame of the car by about an inch. So it was all wrong. So they sent me another one, and it was exactly the same. So they sent this to me twice. Very, very frustrated. So today, we got a surprise in the mail, and that's over here. I want you to look at these two side by side, and you're going to notice some things. Something very, very radical here, right off the bat. You can see that these designs are radically different. Radically different. In other words, I have good hope that this is going to be correct, because it already looks better just by looking at the design. First and foremost, you can clearly see here that now, if I flip this over, we can clearly see that before, you know, you have this open area where these KDSS lines are. So normally, you know, you have two exposed lines here just sticking out, ready to get hit. The bottom would be covered, which is good. But remember, Toyota engineers protected this area where these two KDSS lines are, where my two fingers are. As you can see here, this bracket leaves them exposed. Okay? They sit just like that, just like my two fingers there. Now, this design that Victory just sent me, as you can see, is much, much more logical. It protects the bottom, and as you can see, my fingers now are here, and those are the KDSS lines, and it's going to protect some side hits. Now, Victory did mention that, you know, you're likely to get KDSS damage from the bottom, so there's really no need to protect this front or side area, if you will. But Toyota engineers are very, very conservative and very, very, very thorough. Their reputation precedes them. So if Toyota engineers had the wherewithal to have this piece curl up and protect that side part and the bottom part, then it's best to just copy that design. So on first impressions, I'm very happy with this design so far. Of course, I haven't put it on the car yet, but we're going to go ahead and do that next. Hopefully it fits. Hopefully there's no issues and they fix this problem on this flange, which missed by an inch. Okay, and hopefully all is good and this is corrected. You know, I understand mistakes happen. That's no big deal. If Victory can correct this mistake, then I'm happy and you're going to be happy, and I would wholeheartedly recommend Victory. Everybody makes mistakes. That's not what it's about. We all make mistakes. But if Victory can correct this, then they are highly recommended on that principle alone. So let's go ahead and install this on the car, and we'll see what it looks like. See, still got a gap here. That's more reasonable. A little bit less than a 1/4 inch this time. Way better than a 1/2 inch. And I can either I could just throw some washers up in there, I think. So that's going to be used as a spacer, and that should go ahead and fill in that, but the same amount of thickness there, so that'll act as a spacer as long as those holes line up, that is. And we should be good to go. I still got to drill some holes, so let's do that. Alright, so there's your gap. We're tightened up over there, snug, not super tight, and here's your remaining gap. So we're going to use this as a spacer, going in at the same angle, and should go in like so. And that closes up that gap, and I'm going to index the holes Alright, so that's it. These back two flange bolts go up the same way as the other bracket. Now, as you can see, it protects this new design from Victory. Does an excellent job now of protecting the underside of the KDSS. Remember, the KDSS lines are right here. Okay, so you got your two KDSS lines. Now they're coming down here. Now it's protected on the side here, which is excellent. That's exactly what we want. It's protected down here on the side a little bit, and of course on the bottom and on the front. So it's protected from all sides. And once I put the spacer in, you can see it closed up that gap good. It may look like there's a gap there, but that's actually the overlap in the frame. But the spacer that I did put in is flush with the frame on the back side. It may look like it's a little spaced out there. That's just what it's going to be. And honestly, you only need one bolt in here. 2 bolts is kind of overkill. The back bolt is in good. So anyway, that's the final product. I'm very happy with that. Clears the lines. There's no interference that I can feel of. So your KDSS lines are protected. This is an excellent bracket. Phenomenal design by Victory. This is exactly how it should be. And I thank Victory for correcting the issue. And hopefully they'll reach out to everybody who bought these, their Victory rock sliders for a GX460, because this is, you know, they sent that incorrect bracket before, and this is the bracket they need, and this gives you everything you need. This is a 100% job by Victory. The only recommendation I would ask Victory to do, in case there is a clearance issue, like up here where I had to put in this spacer, is for Victory to go ahead and throw some you know, nylon or ABS spacers, and they don't need to be metal, just something to space it out. And if anybody's in a jam, just throwing washers of spacers in there will be just fine. These bolts only need to be snug because the weight is pulling down on them, so the weight of the bracket is pulling down on the bolts, so it will act essentially as a spring washer or a lock washer. So just get them snug, and they shouldn't go anywhere. That gravity pulling down on it will keep, you know, act as a spring washer and keep them from unwinding. So this is an A+ job by Victory. Victory, if you're listening, thank you for correcting the issue. And to everybody washing, I would highly recommend Victory 4x4 due to their ability to listen to feedback and correct an issue, and do a great job at correcting that. So you cannot ask for a better KDSS protection bracket for the GX. This is completely 100%. There's not one thing I would change. Great job, Victory 4x4, and this is highly, highly, highly recommended. All right, if you've liked this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Have a good day.